Now, I've got to ask you about confronting independent US presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. You were seeking answers to questions from him from a range of topics, abortion to climate change to the CIA killing his dad.
Abortion's bad, right?
Yeah, I mean, every abortion is a tragedy, and we need to have choice, but we need to have more life.
But I think the CIA killed your dad, the CIA killed JFK. Why don't you talk about that more, Bobby? Are you afraid, Bobby?
I'm not afraid.
Well, then speak to me.
Wow, that didn't go as well as I was hoping for you, Alex. Do you have any more clarity on the guy? Because he seems to be all over the place with his policy positions. One day he seems to be very anti-woke, and the next he seems to be advocating for abortion right up to birth, third trimester abortion.
Well, there's some very important issues that I don't agree with him on. Like you said, abortion, the fact that he says that he's anti-vaccine, yet he had a private party at his house where he made every guest be vaccinated. And then on top of that, when you look at, Robert F. Kennedy, is that he doesn't mind war. We got to stop all these wars in the Ukraine and Israel and Palestine. So, ideologically, we don't align on a lot of stuff. And I think that his campaign would be going a lot better if he would talk about trying to reveal the deep state or expose the people that are actually running the country, because he knows that his uncle was shot by the CIA. I mean, a lot of people are going to say that's a crazy conspiracy, but he goes around and he talks about this and says that himself.
Well, he seems to be... I'm on the fence about him because I just don't know where he stands on a range of issues. His position seems to shift, and here he is being asked about the excesses of the transgender movement, and again, his answer here is a bit worrying. He seems to be in favour of children even receiving transgender surgeries as long as their parents consent to it.
My position is that people should not be able to have access to those procedures, that minors shouldn't, without parental permission. And, I don't know enough about it, Patrick, to say that it should be completely illegal. For
under 18?
No. Yeah, I just don't know enough.
What do you make of that, Alex? He is a man who's been surrounded by very much liberal, left-leaning folk his whole life. It shouldn't be surprising that a lot of his politics leans that way.
Yeah, but to let these kids get gender reassignment surgery, under 18, these kids aren't allowed to go drink alcohol. They're not allowed to smoke a cigarette. You have to be 18 to get a tattoo. So there's a lot of legal requirements to do stuff here in America. But unfortunately, guys like, Bobby Kennedy wants to let kids chop off their genitals as long as their parents sign off, which is disgusting because these hormones, even if you don't get the surgery, these hormones have permanent damage to these kids' reproductive systems and their maturation into young adulthood. So it's something that really shouldn't be something that he has no knowledge about. I think he should have like a hard, fast answer, and he doesn't because he wants to appease probably a lot of his liberal donors.
Now, New York Democrat Congresswoman, your personal favourite, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, has let her Trump derangement syndrome override her already loose grip on economics. Listen to her here claim that Donald Trump is going to increase gas prices.
The policies that are favorable to raising gas prices and making sure that that a lot of these companies continue to price gouge without proper oversight or regulation. And so the idea that he'd be bringing those down when he's cashing in from the same folks that are bringing those prices up, I think is a little bit suspect.
Now, Alex, your love and devotion to AOC has seen you release a song called Big Booty Latinas dedicated to AOC. Let's have a look.
Your body could melt the ice caps and your brain will cause a financial collapse. Your fiance had nothing to say when I said your booty was fine that day.
Again, Alex, really? What? How
Rita,
can I defend that? You cannot be going up to AOC and commenting on her big booty. That's just not a gentlemanly thing to be doing.
Well, to be fair, Rita, and you've spent a little time in Texas, that is one of the highest honors that you can give a woman here in Texas by calling her a big booty Latina. That's something that women are going to getting BBL injections. Rita, there is a whole culture here in America that wants a big derriere. So yeah, it was a little out of line. I'm not going to sit here and lie, but at the end of the day, it was still a compliment, even if it wasn't super appropriate, considering she's a congresswoman. But real quick, Rita, we got to mock AOC. She mocks us every day. So, when it comes to a politician, I wouldn't say that to a nice young lady on the street. When it comes to AOC, I'm sorry, but you're a target for the mockery since you like to mock us so much.
The song does have quite a good tune to it. I hate to admit that, but it actually, you do find yourself humming along to it. Now, another squad member, Rashida Tlaib, she was a speaker at the People's Conference for Palestine over the weekend, not only honouring terrorists, but also hosted a terrorist speaker, Dakar, the wife of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine terrorist Walid Dakar, who was imprisoned for the abduction, torture and murder of an Israeli soldier. So she's keeping fine company there. The squad seems to be getting worse. Is there any scrutiny on the conduct of these women?
No, it's basically legal to be anti-Semitic, in Congress right now. So I'm not surprised. She doesn't care that Hamas uses people as human shields. She just wants to appease, I guess, her voters. But isn't that sad that she'll literally, take that stand and basically embarrass the country? She doesn't talk about the hostages they took. It's a really sad state of affairs of American politics.
Absolutely. Alex Stein, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thank you, Rita. I really appreciate it.